Everybody, welcome back to another episode of Three Guys Walk into Culinary School. Me, myself, Jimmy, Brian, and Tim. It's a podcast of three friends who went to culinary school together about 10 years ago and have kept in touch talking all things food, and we kind of want to share that with you guys. Brian, Tim, we're a couple days away. It's the big show, Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
You guys ready? You guys, your menu ready, set, food prepped? Start cooking. When do you guys start cooking usually?
I unfortunately don't get to cook much Thanksgiving because we go to my wife's parents' house. So I don't really get to partake in too much cooking.
That could be good and bad. That could be good and bad. That's good and bad. It's got its pros and cons for sure. Brian, you hosting this year, or do you host generally, or usually families? That's good.
There's a million sirens out my window. Sorry.
No, it's all natural. It's the sounds of Chicago. Let it be, man. Let it be, please. This is natural ambient sounds.
I'm not hosting. Yeah, it's kind of like Tim. I don't cook too much these days for Thanksgiving. My mom hosts, and we actually do two families. So we'll go to my mom's for an very early dinner. We usually have dinner at my mom's around like 3. Nice. And out in Michigan, and then we'll drive back from Michigan to Nubia's brother's place. And
wow.
A second dinner. So, it's a lot of driving for me.
Look, second dinner on Thanksgiving is always appropriate, whether it's at the same house you started with or someone else's. It's all good.
Yeah, it works out because they eat pretty late and we eat pretty early, so I get a little bit of a break.
You have some time to digest.
Yeah, it's about a 4-hour break. So
that's good. That's fun. Yeah, we're not hosting this year. We didn't host last year either. We kind of rented a house between my mother, my sister, my nephew, me, my wife, and my son. We kind of just did a house rental, a little more comfortable for the whole family to kind of sleep over and spend a couple nights there. I cooked last year, which was it's tiring, it's exhausting. Even if you're cooking I feel like if I'm cooking for 6 or if I'm cooking for 16, it's the same amount of food kind of deal, which is always exhausting. But this year we're actually doing the same thing, house rental, but we're getting it catered. So a little more, family time, a little more time in front of the TV. Going to watch the Giants get whooped because, well, they're the Giants and they've been bad for a few years. I know.
And he's coming back.
If any football player is meant to be mentioned on a food podcast, it is Tommy Cutlets, baby. The clown show that is the New York Giants these last 2-3 years is back in full effect, unfortunately. I can talk about this for hours about the Giants, so I won't. But I'm looking forward to 3 football games and maybe 3 dinners for me that day. So, just gonna enjoy it.
So how are you feeling about having catered Thanksgiving?
It's new to me, but I guess it's no different for me going to someone else's house who's not, as long as I'm not doing the cooking, I guess it's cool. I don't know what to expect.
I'm in the same boat this year.
Are you? Yeah. So how does it make you feel? I'll tell you, it's a great question.
I'm happy because I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Same here. Kind of just show up, but I don't know. Thanksgiving is a weird holiday to me in general.
Okay.
And I think the 3 of us are married and whatnot, and Thanksgiving's kind of this weird thing because you grow up eating your mom's Thanksgiving, and you're used to, and it doesn't really change year to year. It's always like the same thing. Yeah. And then you meet someone and she asks you to go to their house for Thanksgiving, and then it just completely changes.
So what you're saying is you get married and they ruin a good thing. The stuffing's not the same. The sides are a little off.
It'll never, and it could be awesome. The food could be awesome, but
absolutely,
it's not your mom's.
Yeah. It's not what you're used to. It's not the tradition. I get that.
That's Thanksgiving,
Yeah, absolutely. I totally get that. As much as I'm a control freak, when it comes to cooking, at least, if we were going to, my uncle's house, my aunt's and uncle's house, my uncle's been making the same stuffing for as long as I've been around. And it's just like something every year. I know what it's going to taste like. I wait for it. And it's upsetting that we're not hanging out with them this year. We're kind of keeping it a little more intimate, but, there's some consistencies when that's gone. You're kind of like, ooh, is this even worth celebrating anymore? And I totally get where you're coming from.
Yeah,
I totally get where you're coming from.
my father's passed away and my mom is ill, like
Yeah.
I've reached that part of life where Thanksgiving
Yeah.
is just not the same
It's not. Yeah.
anymore.
Absolutely. I
But
get that.
I am lucky. My mom created a whole binder, like
Oh,
start to finish, on how to create her Thanksgiving dinner. So
that's amazing.
yeah, it's very cool.
That woman was probably cooking for days if it's a binder worth of recipes. That's amazing. God bless. Wow. Yeah, I want to see that one day. That sounds really cool. You should, I don't know, get it like laminated for her and like give it to her as a gift one year just to
Yeah.
that sounds like such a cool thing to
Yeah,
Well,
pass
that's
down.
what she did for us one year.
Yeah.
She put all her
Oh,
recipes in
that's
a
so
book, and
sweet. I
there's a
love
whole
that.
Thanksgiving section with all the times and everything.
I love that. That's awesome.
Nice.
Man, Tim, your mom hooked it up. That's awesome. God bless. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how many pie recipes does she have? I'm going straight to dessert because that's for me what I'm looking forward to.
So we didn't do too much pie. Pies were usually bought. She would usually make a pumpkin pie,
Okay.
and she would pudding pie was always a favorite in our house.
Is that literally what it sounds like? Just
Yeah,
putting in a pie crust?
It's literally buying a graham cracker crust and just putting chocolate pudding in it, but it's awesome.
Yeah, it sounds great. A little whipped cream on top. That sounds fantastic. That's so funny. Yeah, definitely bought pies growing up. I think Entenmann's was like the biggest purveyor of pies for us and my family for some reason. There's probably half a dozen bakeries within walking distance in our neighborhood, and we still went with Entenmann's from the supermarket. Yeah, no, we definitely didn't have a baker like that. There were some Greek treats. Like Greeks tend to overtake a lot of just holidays. Just like if they're in a room, they will make themselves known. If they're on a podcast, they'll talk more than their two other co-hosts. Greeks are weird like that. But we would have half the food on the table would be Greek food, and desserts would be predominantly Greek homemade desserts, which is cool. I guess we never had pumpkin pie in Greece, like traditional American pumpkin pie.
Yeah, we usually had sweet potato pie. My mom would do sweet potato pie, and she also does German chocolate cake. That's like her tradition. So
that's a tradition to get behind.
Who's the famous singer that has the sweet potato pie that people always rave about?
Patty Pie, Patti LaBelle.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah. That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
I don't think I've had one yet. I've never had a patty pie. But
no, people. It always comes up every year around this time.
Yeah, she's always on like. Isn't she always like on a Good Morning America or something like that? Right.
Yeah.
Well, is she also on the New Year's Eve one? Do they? Wow.
Yeah. I think that's amazing. Yeah, it's always like a thing.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure you can get it online. I gotta see if we can get a patty pie. That's sweet potato pie, right?
Yeah.
I gotta see because I ordered my pies recently for this cater Thanksgiving, and I'm excited. I'm excited about it.
I gotta ask you the most important question when it comes to ordering pie. Crumb topping or regular topping?
That is a good question. I'll be honest. Yeah. So it's gonna be crumb for me. I love a nice. It's got to be a crumble and a crumb for me personally. Brian, I don't know if you prefer different. I mean,
depending on the pie,
of course. If there's a topping, I'd prefer it to be like a crumble or a crumb. I am, looking forward to, and I know we're pro apple here, pumpkin pie for some reason, because that was the Entenmann's pie that we always had at Thanksgiving. So pumpkin pie is something I have to have a slice of at Thanksgiving. I didn't have one last year, and I made it be known how upset I was. So I'm sure it's not going to happen this year because I ordered the pies. So we're getting a pumpkin pie. That there's no topping on that. Although I wouldn't mind a crumble on top. Get a little, mix of textures. That's the best part. It's the mix of textures.
Whipped cream is the topping for that.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you could do that. Yeah. I don't know, man. Pumpkin pie.
Cinnamon.
I lose all self-control around a pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving. It's bad. It's really bad. What else did we get? We got an apple crumb. We got a mixed berry, which probably isn't in season, but I'm sure they're probably frozen at peak freshness, so it should be okay. No, I'm excited about the pies. Tim, what you guys order?
I thought about this the other day, and I really don't know the reason. We always had a bowl of Jell-O on the table at dessert time at Thanksgiving, and I don't know why. I have to talk to some of my cousins and see if anybody knows the reason.
Yeah, my mother-in-law did Jell-O. That was her thing. Yeah.
was that the main dessert, or it was just like it was
No,
one of the
so
options?
funny enough, so my mother-in-law would do Jello, and then my father-in-law does key lime pie, which is also like
I love key lime
not a
pie.
seasonal,
Not
not a,
no.
not a seasonally appropriate pie, but
no, key lime pie. Key lime pie transcends any holiday. It is the perfect dessert, especially if you're eating a heavy meal. Like a Thanksgiving meal is going to be fatty with all the sides, and it's going to be heavy. You need a key lime pie to help digest. It's more of a dietary supplement than it is an actual
digestive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's basically you're taking Tums. It's just going to help you digest everything go down a little smoother. No, key lime pie is my favorite. That is absolutely. I mean, probably second favorite pie all time, but probably top 3 Thanksgiving pies. I think is the way to go for me. I mean, dang man, sweet potato pie sounds good. Sorry, I'm thinking like I should have changed my order, assuming they have sweet potato pie.
Now, are you putting ice cream on top of your pie?
Oh wow.
Of course.
So
giving it the old a la mode.
Do you guys prefer the pies warmed up? I'm gonna take a step back from that question. Do you prefer your pie? You want it a little warm at least.
Yeah.
Room temp's not good, so you gotta warm it up a little. You'll
either
nuke it if it's not warm, or you guys like it warmed up. Okay, so then ice cream's the way to go, because the whipped cream gets all gross. If you're doing a whipped cream, ice cream's good. The contrast of the hot cold.
I mean, it depends. Sometimes if you get that that midnight snack pie,
pumpkin pie.
You don't want to cut on any lights. You just use the refrigerator light.
So
and
That's a good way to get
ready with.
Especially if your fridge has that little alarm to let you know your fridge door's been open for too long. That's a rat right there, bro. Stitches get snitches get stitches. Damn, I messed that one up. Snitches get stitches. There's a lot of beeping in my house, so I turned it off. No, absolutely. It's a good way to get caught. Is right. Gosh, man.
Underrated pie is pecan pie.
I love pecan pie.
It's so good.
It's a little heavy.
So it's super rich, heavy.
Yeah.
Super heavy, bro. It's the opposite of key lime, where it's just like it's gonna sit in there, but it's so good.
Yeah. That's on my list of things that I've always wanted to make that I've never tackled.
I hear you. It seems like it would be challenging. I don't know if it would be or not, though. Stuffing.
No, it's not. It's literally. It's actually pretty simple. It's just the amount of sugar that you put in it. It's kind of shocking. So.
It's every Thanksgiving I'm like, oh, this is going to be the year, and I still have yet to do it.
That's so funny. Man, no, I haven't made a pecan pie yet.
Sugar and corn syrup. It's literally all it's made of.
So it's all the good stuff. That's nice. That's fantastic. That explains why it makes you feel that way. But it's delicious. It's again that rounds off the top 3: pumpkin, pecan, and key lime pie for the holidays for me. I think.
Yeah.
I'm not a big apple pie. Again, warm fruit sometimes I don't like it. I like a berry pie. Don't get me wrong, but not too hot. Apple pie, meh. I would probably go for the Jello before apple pie. If I had my pumpkin pie,
really,
I would go for a Jello. Do you guys put fruit? Is there fruit in the Jello growing up? My mom used to put grapes in it. Is that normal?
I've only ever seen that on TV. I've never seen that in real life.
That's so funny.
We used to have the fruit in it, like strawberries, raspberries.
Anything, right?
There's a name for that. There's a name for that, I think, but I can't.
Oh man, you're right.
Top of my head.
You're right. Ambrosia salad? Is that a Jello salad?
I think so.
Doesn't ambrosia have like dairy in it too, though?
I think so.
I was about to say mayonnaise, but I don't think that's right. I definitely don't think it's mayo. But we have devices. We can look up ambrosia salad.
And you make it in a mold.
Yeah, you make, of course.
Yeah, you need a mold. Yeah.
You need all that. You need that effect. That centerpiece.
Yeah.
Ambrosia salad. I just got to look it up real quick. Ugh. Yeah, I've had this. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I've had this and I've enjoyed this. But it does not look.
It doesn't sound appetizing, but
no, it doesn't look it, but it's tasty. I've had this. I've sneaked eaten this too at late at night. Yeah. Oh, marshmallows? Sorry.
I can get down with that. I like
why not? Yeah, absolutely. Little whipped cream it looks like. Sorry. I'm just getting lost in these like flashbacks I'm having. PTSD from ambrosia salad.
You know what I love too with the Thanksgiving dessert time?
Mm-hmm.
You got your pies, maybe even your Jello perhaps. But when somebody shows up with a box of Italian cookies and those make it on the table, there's nothing. You get your slice of pie, but you put a few of those cookies on your plate too. Oh, it's the best.
Those are good cookies. Those are coffee cookies though. Those are like dipping cookies. I don't. If we're talking rainbow cookies, I'm down. But if you're telling me those, like, those dry cookies that are traditional and delicious, I get it. I'm sorry if I offend anyone here, but I think they're a little dry. I think, I'd prefer a little chocolate chip or a scoop of ambrosia.
So, you gotta dip it in something.
That's a dipping cookie, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's like,
that's like the black and white cookie. That's a dipping cookie too.
But it's like,
okay,
if you think about
it's
it,
too dry.
Like, you've got your turkey and your mashed potatoes. You've got your pie, and your Italian cookie. They kind of, it's like a little side dish. It's like a little.
I see what you're saying.
Dessert side dish.
Yeah. Dessert side dish. It's so funny. Yeah, you have your staples. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. The cookie. So the pumpkin pie is the turkey in this comparison, right? Because it's.
Yeah.
I mean, have we talked? We haven't really. We went straight to dessert. We didn't even talk about like the bird. Like, are you guys big turkey eaters? Like, I love chicken, which to me is a small turkey. Turkey, when it comes to Thanksgiving, is probably the only time I have it outside of cold cuts for like a hero or something. Yeah. That's the only time I'll have turkey, and like I find it like meh. I think Thanksgiving's a sides, kind of a day.
It's good once a year. I'm not making a turkey. Even to like even this year, you know how you get your free turkey from the grocery store. You spend so much money. This year I didn't even bother, and I went with the free lasagna instead.
Oh, there's lasagna now? Okay. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Like, this has always struck me as weird. If you watch a lot of Christmas movies, they're always eating turkey.
Yeah, it's a beautiful turkey too.
But I don't know anybody who also eats turkey on Thanksgiving. On Christmas. I'm sorry. I've only ever seen it in movies.
Yeah.
Oh, we have turkey on Christmas.
We do too. Yeah. My mother likes turkey for some reason. She's the weirdo who likes the turkey a lot.
I think it's one of those.
She'll start cooking it in September.
It's cheap and you can feed a lot of people with.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's true.
It's I mean,
I get that.
I think the protein for me, I don't know if you consider it the main or if you consider it a side, but like a spiral ham for me is where I go, for seconds there. I'll have some turkey.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, spiral ham's fantastic.
Yeah, the hams
are but everybody like the turkey platter is not worth it. It's the sandwich later.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true.
I think we need to normalize eating the sandwich as the main meal.
Let's
stop with the putting it on the platter and just go right for the sandwich.
This is fantastic. This is great.
I'm very progressive.
I'm very progressive. He says that's fantastic. That should be just fresh, not day old, not have to like kind of bring it back to life with a little broth or something. Fresh right off the bird. Make me a Sammy. That sounds really good, actually.
Give me my 2 pieces of rye bread and I'm on my way.
That's fantastic. That does sound yummy. What about sides? You guys, I mean, I'm going to tell you, again, like I said, Thanksgiving's a sides holiday for me. Like, it's the most important thing. I'm down with all sides. I'll tell you something, I thought about today. I'm not a sides. I'm just like, there's certain sides I don't want to see on the table that will annoy me. I think mashed potatoes king of Thanksgiving. So I don't want to see potato in any other form. Don't give me your watered down au gratin. It looks terrible. Pass. Don't give me smashed potatoes. Don't give me wedges. Don't give me baked potato. Love a baked potato. Don't get me wrong. I love everyone at Idaho. What you're doing there on those farms are amazing. I love a potato. I will always love potatoes. But on Thanksgiving, I just want bowls and bowls of mashed potato.
Well, I have a question regarding Thanksgiving potatoes.
Okay.
Can you have mashed potatoes and sweet potatoes on the same table?
Yes, you should. Yeah, I'm talking about a white potato.
Yeah.
When it comes to white potato, only mash. You could definitely have a sweet. Now, if you want to do cubed up roasted for a different texture, even if you want to have the sweet potato casserole, which is what I love to have.
Yeah, we do.
I love 2 mashed potatoes. That's fine with me. I'm okay with that. That sounds amazing. But the white potato, it only has to be in the mashed form or get it off my table. Oh, and also, since we're here, green bean casserole and like green beans with these slivered almonds, get that shit off my table. I'm not thankful for you. You sound terrible. Green beans and almonds do not sound like they go well together. I'm sorry if you've eaten it and you like it. I don't like it. Sorry. I'm just putting my foot down. Because there's too many times where people just put slithered shit on top of green beans and it just tastes like grass.
Wait, you get those
dry nuts.
You get those dried French's onions, you put those on top.
See, that's different. We don't have that. But you know what? In my memory growing up, it wasn't that. I'd like a haricot vert. You saute it a little bit? Maybe. The casserole, not so much for me. Yeah. Not so much.
Well, I mean, we know mac and cheese is the king of
oh man,
Thanksgiving side dishes.
Sorry, that was a genuine. Oh, that sounds so good.
I mean,
oh my god,
there's no table that's complete without a pan of mac and cheese.
All right, let's do. Let's
mac and cheese.
All right, let's do this. Ready? We're gonna do eat, save for later, and throw out. It's a F. What is F? Marry kill of food. Okay, so mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, and a sweet potato casserole, because those sound like the most amazing sides for me.
Oh man,
what are you guys gonna do? Which one are you gonna kill or throw out? I guess.
This is not going to be popular, but it's just because I personally am not a fan. The mac and cheese has got to go for me.
Oh, that's right. We have cheese issues here. And he's not eating ham either, everybody, who's keeping score at home.
That's right.
Not a ham guy either. Man, Tim just came for the cookies, like he said, the pumpkin pie, and a good time. So you're just going to get rid of the mac and cheese. Okay.
That's just because I'm not a fan.
All right, yeah. Oh, so one's got to go, Brian. Which one's got to go for you?
You know, it's going to pain me to say it, but mashed potatoes can go, Jimmy.
Wow, sweet potato casserole.
Yeah.
Now, this sweet potato casserole, in my mind, is very specific. It's got a pecan crust on top. Do you like that too?
Yeah, it's got a little crunch. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not just like marshmallows or only marshmallows.
No.
I do brown sugar and marshmallows.
Yeah. I used to do that, but then I did the pecan with a crumble, and it's fantastic.
Oh, I never tried that.
Yeah. You know what? And I think I would have to. Damn. You're gonna get rid of mashed potatoes. I can't get rid of mashed potatoes because my wife would kill me. I'm gonna have to get rid of the mac and cheese. I'm getting rid of the mac and cheese. Yeah, I'm getting rid of the mac and cheese too. You know, I'm sorry, Tim. I joined the boat not because I don't like it.
You can come to my table.
Join the dark side. Yeah, not because I don't like it, but it just. I'm not. I can have mac and cheese, and I do have mac and cheese all the time, every year, all year long. You know. Yeah. So those other two, I mean, mashed potatoes too, but I can't get rid of mashed potatoes.
Mixing a little bit of mashed potato with the turkey too. It's a nice balance.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, you know, I try to keep everything separated, but like in the middle of the plate where everything kind of meets, that's like a delicious little bite there. You know,
so you got to mix the ham with the mac and cheese, Tim. But you wouldn't know anything about that.
No, he wouldn't. Please, Tim.
You're
mac
right.
and cheese. No, ham and mac and cheese. I've never thought of.
Yeah.
No, I like you know you get a scoop of a mashed potato, put it on your piece of ham, maybe a little not candied yam, cranberry sauce out of a can, please. Don't try and make that shit fancy. We're not fancy here. We like canned cranberry sauce. Delicious bite. That's a great sandwich too. Man.
Yeah.
So much good food on Thanksgiving.
And you need your little King's Hawaiian rolls too. Don't forget about it.
No, I've only had those. I've only used those 2-3 times in my life, and they're so fucking good. They're so convenient and easy to eat and cook with. And I'm not cook with, but like just it's fantastic.
They make a wonderful French toast.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Like a baked French toast.
Yeah. See, I'm actually. I had this conversation with my wife yesterday. Like, I want to start a Thanksgiving tradition with our son. You know, like we have
cinnamon rolls.
You know, you shared that. That's your tradition.
That's kind of our family tradition. Every Thanksgiving morning I make cinnamon rolls and we watch the parade.
I love that. And that's what I hate about the fact that we're traveling on Thanksgiving. Like we can't start that tradition yet. You know, it's something where you're either local or you're hosting. And as much as I'd love to host, we don't have the capacity here. The fire department will shut us down if half my Greek family showed up. So, man, yeah, I need to start a tradition, and I need to stick to it and make that a priority, because that's what it was for me growing up too. It was waking up, having breakfast. My dad would always cook like a great breakfast. He was always in charge of the holiday breakfasts, eggs, sausage, anything you can think of. That sticks out the most because it was so good. And then we'd sit in front of the TV and watch the parade. And I think, you know, again, these holidays, Thanksgiving, we said this a couple weeks ago, it's the easiest holiday, right? You just go, you kind of hang out, it's mellow, low expectations, you know, you're not worried if the gifts were good or bad, if anyone cares about, you know, the gifts and stuff like that. You're just chilling and drinking and having a good time. Good times. Tim, what's a good wine for oh, you know what? Listeners, this question's for you first. What's a good wine for turkey? If you were paying attention the last couple episodes. Wrong. Tim, tell him. Go ahead, Tim. Let him know.
You gotta go Beaujolais Nouveau just because it comes out this time of year.
That's right.
It's very fruit forward, so a lot of people are gonna enjoy it. It's very easy drinking.
it's a red varietal, right? It's very fruit forward, like you said. It comes out it's not even like aged at all, right? It's a really quick
it's
turnaround.
Meant to,
it's harvested.
It's meant to drink right away.
It's harvested, bottled, and meant to drink, within like 2 months, maybe even less, and it's like flown in from France because it comes from the town of Beaujolais. Right? Yeah, Beaujolais is the town name. And it's a Thanksgiving wine. It's a harvest wine. I think it's a celebration of the harvest.
You can only, I forget the exact date, but you can only legally start selling it in the United States on a certain date. It's the whole thing.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Definitely look for a bottle. I've definitely noticed less and less stores are carrying it.
Yeah, you know what? Me too.
Which makes me kind of sad. So support that.
Yeah. No, it's a fun thing. It's kind of like an official kickoff to the holidays. That wine comes out, and you're like, Thanksgiving's around the corner, and Christmas is around the corner. Mariah Carey stocking our ears for the next 2 months. But yeah, Beaujolais is fun. It's a fun wine to drink. It's nice, light. It's easy to drink. It's good times. Oh man, Thanksgiving. All right.
I gotta be honest. I wish I had a good Thanksgiving joke, but I'm tapped out right now.
Oh, I was waiting for like a turkey joke.
I know.
I wouldn't have figured out.
We might have to edit one in.
All right, we'll throw one in. We're doing it for the people, guys. Everybody here listening, thank you again for listening. Please like, comment, share, review, rate the show. Give us 5 stars if you're feeling like it. It's Thanksgiving. We're thankful for the listeners. We're thankful for the people watching this. I'm thankful for my co-hosts. You guys, really, I just love doing the show with you guys. I say it all the time. I mean it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you guys are family, obviously, and we hope that everyone listening and watching enjoys their holidays with their family, their loved ones. Have a drink, share some wine knowledge with people. Show us some love. Show your friends our podcast. I think put us on the big screen. Stream us on YouTube on a smart TV.
Start a
this
Thanksgiving tradition. Listening to our podcast.
This shiny face on a 65-inch TV. I think that'd be great. Right after the parade, before the kickoff of the first game. Just watch our Thanksgiving episode. Thanks again for listening, everyone. Happy holidays. Happy, safe, healthy holidays. That's right. Enjoy it, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Later.
Later.